year-end review. You got us going.
I,
So
I have us recorded. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Year in Review with Brian and Michael. And Bob set us up for this, so we gotta fulfill it. So he set us up for success, I think. And so smaller crowd today, maybe, but that's fine. We're gonna record this and have it to be in the archives also as kind of a check-in. And so with the discussion today, Brian and I just have some notes to go through, and um, we'll take a little bit of time to kind of update everyone on the state of our unions, and maybe just give you all a shout out of Merry Christmas and thank you also for all the good work this season. Brian's been at this since 2011, and Dave has, and um, I'm 5 years into it with these guys, and so we've got an acceleration of success here in the past year, and with all kinds of new things that's been happening, and we've all been working on, including many of the people on this webinar with us today, such as our employees and sales reps and so forth. So uh, we just want to go through a little bit of where we moved from last year to this year, and we can with that acceleration of success, you'll see we're just amazed, and if we can do that again next year, watch out. And we're very thankful up front for all the good things. So we want to cover things like the transition of how we split the companies into two, things like new products that's been introduced, and some of our product performance, the addition of our sales reps, the addition of some technology, and just kind of some recognition of some of our partners that have either brought us products to work with or that we're working in development with. So we'll just kind of tag team it as we go here, Brian. So if you want to start out a little bit, I think probably the big thing to let people know or remind everyone of is this splitting or changing into a dual front for our business as we go forward, where we've moved LMT into our business to business manufacturing, research, and marketing over on the dust side to create products for companies like NewFields Ag and other companies. And I think most people know, or many people know, that we have an agreement with AMVAC, for instance, where we're licensed our dust product to make a product for them called BioWake, and that's out in the market. That really is an important piece for us in terms of looking at the company from where it was envisioned to be a licensor of technology from the beginning. So, Brian, why don't you go ahead?
appreciate that. Yeah, we're running into an issue back at the first of the year, and even last year, whenever we had Newfield Ag out full time, that we were selling dust through Lomutech, and then everything else was coming through in Newfields Ag, and the part that concerned us was the fact that people didn't know who to write checks to, and by God, we didn't want to get in the way of people writing us checks, and so we wanted to make that as streamlined as possible. And so what we did is that we decided that we had Newfields Ag, and Newfields Ag should be the distribution, the retail distribution side, and the forward facing side of the company, and that would allow Lomutech to come in and allow Lomutech to be focused on the research piece and the development of products with other companies. Like Michael said, AMVAC is the most recent one that we have, and in that relationship, I'll touch on a little more of the details, what's going on with that as we move forward. But we had early on the relationship with New Leaf and their TerraSym products, and then now with the TS201, the CRW event coming out, which is a tremendous product and has performed very well in our testing, that it all fit into being able to split those two apart. And so now what we made the decision to do back in May was all of our existing Lomutech dealers and distributors, no matter if they were strictly a implement dealer or a full-fledged, full-service seed chemical warehousing location got transitioned over to NewFields Ag, and that way they had access to the full portfolio over there that continues to get updated and changed and bringing new products forward that Michael and I find that we think can benefit that, or that we have BDMs that are bringing products to us and saying, hey, you should consider these things. And it allows us to be more streamlined in our company and allows us to develop these products for these other outside entities, and them know that there's some of the products we made this last year that we never sold through NewFields Ag. And then so they're into a particular market or into a particular crop, and we may not be in that area at all. And so it works out really well for us to be able to continue to grow the business. And like Michael said, licensing the use of our patented soy protein, the bioinclusion carrier technology dust, that we continue to grow that piece. And we'll see that continue to grow with coat as we go forward as well into both the seed treatment world as well as the foliar side. So we're seeing that grow too. So the NewFields Ag brand is where you're going to start seeing us at all the farm shows. So starting at the first of the year, the farm shows will be rebranded to NewFields Ag. You'll see that our social media postings are coming from NewFields Ag. The email systems and things that we're using now with our HubSpot will be focused on the NewFields Ag side. Your interactions and invoices and statements and the correspondence you get from us is all coming from NewFields Ag. All of those things to make it more streamlined. Our new website, interactive website that we really, really are proud of and is continuing to develop with us, is becoming the hub of our business operations, and it's newfieldsag.com. And if you've not been on that, there's a lot of really good stuff in there, and that all fit into the growth of that as we move forward. And so we're excited about it. The transition is still ongoing and will be for a while here, but as far as you guys doing business with us, NewFields Ag is the place that you go to. It'll be the single point of reference for you going forward, and we look forward to what that looks like.
Thank you for that, Brian. Does anyone have any potential questions on that from the audience that just wants any type of understanding or clarification? Happy to talk about that. What it's allowed us to do is also begin the private labeling of some of the products that we have, and we're in a mode of building products also as we go and private labeling. So as you see our portfolio grow, you'll see some names on there. There's NewFields Ag versus some of the other vendors, such as the Aqueous or Dakota Bio, and even the New Leaf side of things. So that becomes more exciting for us also to get into that private labeling type of things. And I think it gives us some additional differentiation out there in the marketplace for us to be able to bring those. So with that transition also and with that growth, another important topic is we've continued to expand from a service area. So a year and a half ago, we're really still operating out of the shed over there in Calamus, where Brian started. Well, he started at his house, right? He didn't even start in his garage. He had to start at his house. At the little shed there that was attached to the firehouse. So just a year and a half ago, we got into this new facility here that many of you have been to, and we continue to get it up and running. And we think in the future also we'll be adding, hopefully in the next year and a half, some packaging options for ourselves and customers at the facility as a progression of what we're doing. So watch for that as we go. And then opening up new territories. We're now in Canada and Australia with the dust product. We're in 35 states and more. I don't know the count now as we go. And we're looking to be in maybe Brazil and Argentina and some other countries in South America plus Europe as we go forward with some of the people that we're working with that want to take our dust product or dust inclusions overseas. So additionally, let's see, probably less than a year ago, it was still, well, 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, it was me and Brian bringing in Dan on the sales side. And so now we're at 6 reps. Last year we had, I think, 3 to 4. And then now we're at 6 reps out there helping service the dealership and distributorships. And we were just, Brian and I are people who like to get out and see our customers and dealers, and we were just not able to get there. And it's really painful to us internally. And so we know that there's some accounts that had been a couple of years probably that hadn't been contacted. And
Michael, there's
so,
nobody in Iowa that had not been contacted. Jeremy's finding that I was able to get to the whole state, all 99 counties. Is like I'm, trying to get a job in the White House. I mean, I was able to see everybody. So I greased the skids for Jeremy. He's been able to produce. It's been great for him. So
Jeremy,
So
can you confirm or deny that?
You were on DeSantis's bus then, is what you're saying.
Oh yes, that's exactly right. And I got off
Yeah.
his and jumped on Nikki Haley. So I mean, so I got both ways. I'm all over the state.
I'm good with it.
I'm still expecting supper tonight, so I'm gonna reserve my comments.
Yeah. Plead the fifth, right?
Yeah.
I've heard of the full Grassley. I've never heard of the full Tully.
So we're thankful that we've been able to bring a good team of people on that get out there, that are passionate. They like our company culture, and they like working with the area that we're in, which is a growth market. And I think on that note, think about where we were at 3 and 5 and 10 years ago in the biological space. And a year ago, Corteva spent $1.2 billion to pick up Stoller. You see a lot of money being put into this space because of what seed traits and chemicals are or aren't doing, in a sense. And so, we're carrying the big water bucket, or shouldering a burden to get the message out that these types of products and solutions actually work, and that there's incremental gains for the farmer. There's gains for nutrient management, carbon initiatives, and so forth. And so what excuse me, what we know and we're thankful for is we have a team of people, including the dealers and resellers, who have a desire and a passion to lead somebody from a place where they may be skeptical or don't even understand, into a knowledge of how to make these types of things work. And so we recognize that we're new in the message, but we're on the front side of how this is going. So we're thankful to those people that have helped us, and they're going to continue to do it. We've also added Bob Kessler. I've been able to bring him in as Vice President of Sales and Marketing. He's taken a lot of work off of me and Brian in terms of helping manage our sales team and being more responsive, plus coming up with new ideas and helping implement those ideas into what we're doing. And sometimes when Brian and I are doing everything we can, there's a certain sense where some of the innovation that if we could focus on something might happen, but it doesn't, because we've got to just do what we have to do and move through it. We've had an accountant, Tara Bohannon, and she's just come in real like recently in the past couple of weeks for us. And her initiatives are to really help improve our processes over on the financial side, and taking some of the work off of Talia, that she can help work with Bob and the sales team on some other initiatives. And our graphics team has come together real well with Shane and Sophia in terms of helping get things more consistent, that social media side, our messaging, the good work of all that. And Tracy, Tracy's got the whole 11,000 or 17,000 square foot office and our lab facility and warehouse facility. She's made that ship shape and really has it so that we can be responsive and know what we have on the floor, what's available, and get things out the door here. So it's really coming together with about, 15 people, and 2 years ago we were at a handful of people. So we're ready to grow, and we're ready to grow again. We're ready to support you out in the field, and that's come through a lot of hard work and by everyone. And we know the work is the way, and we respect the people that come in and do the good work. Brian?
Yeah, and I want to echo that. The respect I have for the folks that we get to do business with, from starting with the farmer all the way up, the fact that we've been able to educate on what we've learned, but also learn from the people in the field that are actually using the products, and they continue to help us refine what's in that NewFields Ag product guide, because with the feedback that we have from the field, from the users, helps direct us where we go, and then we get to bring the new technology. Just this week, we've had companies come and sit in Grand Mountain and present to us some really innovative products, and Michael will be talking about some of those here as we get ready to go, that are filling in some gaps that we've been told that we need to be looking at from our BDMs and from our farmers. And so being in over 35 states now, moving all the way from the southeast to the northwest across the country gives us a lot of area that we get to talk to different people about and learn different ways to farm and the way that we farm the same crop all the way across the country. And there's innovations in that, and there's challenges in that. And we made the decision back at the first of this year that whenever Michael and I sat down and Talia and got to looking at what this year was going to look like, that this was going to be a growth year. What we had seen with NewFields and what it was going and how we were able to represent the products and how they did in the field, that we could continue to grow with this. And so then we started adding in personnel, BDMs, to come in and help support that. Dan decided that the whole Western U.S. might be a little large for him to cover. Something about being gone 17 months out of the year was going to be a little tough, so we need to start bringing people in to help grow that. And like Michael said, what we saw was our ability to focus on the acres that were around us and support them better became more and more clear that that's what we needed to be doing. And so we brought those in, and we're very fortunate. The companies that we get to partner with, the Dakota Bios, the New Leafs, the YMSs, the Yield Igniter Company, Aqueous. We're doing some new stuff. A new company name you'll be hearing going forward is Tracer Minerals, and Michael will be talking about that. Those type of companies are coming to us because of the fact that we've stayed the course on having a talc and graphite product, replacement product that's made from soybeans, but then having this product and the message going out being consistent about what we're looking to do, that the farmer needs to be able to make revenue from this. And if they make revenue from it and we're consistent with our messaging to them, they'll come back to us and ask us what the next thing is. And that's the really cool part about what we do. It is awesome for us to have the privilege to get into any of the dealerships that we get to work with and on the farms that we get to go into. I do not take that lightly. So whenever y'all invite me in particular to be on these calls with your dealers or distributors or a farmer group that you have, it is of the utmost importance to me to be there and to be present and answer those questions, because as we know, the farmers are becoming more and more diversified in what they do. And so allowing us to come onto their farm and be one of those key suppliers and influencers in their operation is a huge, huge undertaking that we have, and we do not take it lightly here. And you've seen that from the amount of information that we have that we can share and the amount of research that we're doing. And you'll see a bigger focus on that from us going into this next year, because we have staffed up to be able to do that. The other person that we've added into this office, that if I don't mention her, I'll be in trouble, is my wife Deb is in here now working with us. Apparently, part days is a full-time job now. So I'm just saying that because I too, Jeremy, have to eat later. So she's coming in to help on the sales support side. And so whenever we need campaigns, outgoing phone calls or follow-ups and that type of thing, she's able to do that. She has dealt with sixth graders for the last 25 years, and so she can get it to a level that we can all communicate. So we appreciate that as well. But we are staffing up to grow, and we are stocking up to grow. So our relationships with our vendors over the last couple of months have been growing those things, and the innovative products that we've been able to bring to NewFields Ag, based on the years of our conversations with our vendors over the last couple of years, it has been tremendous. And so we have some really good products in the lineup, and y'all have seen that. We've also learned, once again, it's been brought back to us, that what works in eastern Iowa or in the black dirt of central Illinois may not work in Nebraska or may not work in Kentucky. It may not work on the plains in Indiana, and so we have to worry about figuring those things out too. So once again, appreciate it. Thank you for the time and effort that we've done with you as well. We look forward to growing.
So one of the other important events this year was expanding, I would say, at some of the farm shows. You've seen us at those, especially the Iowa Ag Show. Additionally, we had our second annual dealer reseller kickoff meeting, and we were able to present some awards to our top resellers there. And really nice to have everyone in and continue to create that camaraderie and have that opportunity to demonstrate, train, and get to know each one more personally. So we see that going forward. One of the things we want you to think about or watch for in the future is we're probably going to break some of those out regionally this next year. So maybe where we have had to have people try to drive 5, 6, 7 hours in, look for it this next summer that we'll have a meeting west and a meeting east and a meeting in the central to make it closer for you and the dealers, the distributors, et cetera, to come into those events and kind of spread around. So keep that in mind as we go forward. And some of the advancements also, we've been getting into Texas and some other areas with some of our products to go on watermelons, onions, kale, broccoli. And I think we'll be getting into Florida this year with a gentleman who has about 30 different herbs and vegetables. So we continue to expand across the customer line, geographies, and so forth. We're going to have a little bit of new leaf product put out on peanuts and cotton down the southeast. And we were fortunate to have some testing done on one of the nitrogen fixing products down in the southeast, and we picked up a large ag retail organization that actually also makes their own products, and they're going to purchase between 30 and 60,000 acres of nitrogen fixing products to put down in that area. And on peanuts, they were seeing 500-600 pound gains, corn 5 to 30 bushel. They're looking at sweet potatoes and so forth. So you look at us, we're going to expand into the southeast also as we go forward. I think this year we don't have the exact count, but probably fiscal 23, we're looking that we've added 150 dealer locations, which on the dust side, that puts us at probably 400 locations. And in the NewFields Ag itself, on the full line dealerships, we're going to surpass probably 250 locations. That's an exceptional acceptance, and it's always enjoyable to hear. As someone who has recruited, trained probably hundreds, if not over 1,000 dealers in the things that I've done in the past, that's just a testament that people are willing and listen and saying that they want to be a part of what we're doing. And when we go in, we don't ask that we're the only company that someone works with, but we think, based on what we know and what we're doing, that we deserve a place at the table of management and for both our customers and our dealers in terms of what they're doing for the value that we bring in. So that that kind of growth is a testament to people are interested in what we're doing. And as you go up and down the road, they're ready to move on from just seed traits and chemicals and equipment into this next level of production. Brian, do you have any comments?
No, once again, I just want to echo that. We really appreciate the fact that we have people that have stayed with us as we get started. You know, the first year we rolled it out, not giving good guidance on usage rate on straight dust. Some of you may have experienced that with us and got to learn with us through that and stayed with us as we went through the education process on that and how to teach people to do that. But the reason we stayed with a usage rate on a 10 cent per acre product is because we knew that these inclusion products were coming. And so we knew that if we could teach people and train people on why they're using what they're using and how our dust, soy protein, amino acid product with the lecithin could be accurately applied, that they would see benefit from these. And now that we're talking about these inclusion rates and getting it onto the seed and what the benefit is that to the farmer, all of those things are paying off. And so there is some method to the madness. We joke with each other a lot, but the intelligence of our BDMs and the ability to communicate with the farmers in your particular markets is amazing for us to watch and see as you share that information and as we try to figure out ways to share it with you more efficiently, and especially those of you that are dealers and distributors with us. Our website, NewFieldsAg.com, is becoming that central hub for us. You know, it's becoming the place that we're starting our order entry now. It's becoming the place where you can download our tech sheets on that. Yesterday morning, Dan included me in a training session he had for one of his new distributors out there. And part of his training session was he pulled up the website and we were able to go through and show the tech sheets and stuff on that. And for me personally, that was a moment of pride that what we've invested a lot of time and money and effort into building is something that's going to be a tremendous resource and an asset, because unfortunately for me, y'all don't spend all your time just studying up NewFields ag products, right? And so whenever it comes time to pull that particular book off the shelf, or in this case, the product guide, and then reference back to the website, we want that website to have the information that you need. And so Michael and Bob and Sophia started building the interactive piece on the results from the field trials that we did this year. So you saw an early version of what that looked like. So you could go in and look at it on there on the website. And so trying to drive that accessibility of the information, because we know that you're standing in the field with a computer on your hip, and we want you to be able to use that to be able to help that grower make the best decision they can about the products they're going to put in there, because each product in each part of the country is going to have a different group of products that work best in those. And we're fine with that. That's why we have a diversity of products. That's why you see that we have a couple of different nitrogen fixers in our lineup, because they work different in different areas. And so we want to make sure we have that available. And so we're continuing to grow that. And the website design and what Sophia and Bob did since Bob came on in the spring, I tasked him with, this is your job. Get this up and going, because we knew that it would become the hub of that. And so we hope that as you get ready to make your decisions going into the spring, that NewFieldsAg.com gets onto your favorites list, and you can jump to that site and be looking for that information, because that's where we're going to be depositing a lot of information. That's where these webinars can be linked to. That's where the training videos are going to be, so we can continue to make that move forward and help us as we educate everybody on better uses of the product or new uses of the product and different things that we're trying to do as well. So I appreciate that.
Yeah. So thinking about that, with a diverse category of products, we don't know that or think that everyone out there is going to sell every single product or find a fit for it. What we don't want you to have to worry about is that you don't have a solution when you walk on the farm for someone to engage and want to do business with you. And many of you have other products in your lineup that you're already working on. So we're here to support you in that. A few more things on the list here, Brian, to go through. Something new we're working on the training and certification is a planter ready applied certification for our dealers and customers. And it's going to be a simple test to pass. But simply put, we want to get you all trained on these questions of how do you apply these Dust Plus inclusion products in those black boxes and get it done appropriately. So we're putting together some training and a simple overview document that you can use, and we'll have it out on the web for everyone to go through. So watch for that Planner Ready Applied certification program. May take you 15 to 30 minutes to go through as a reseller to just get the basics, and then you can refer customers or dealers to that as you go forward. Financing. So the topic right now is money, right? We've moved into a money crunch from inflation and from an inflation in interest rates. And so we've worked with First Mid, the banking system, to help get some financing in here for our customers. Right now, we've got that 0% financing going on. And then we're in negotiations, looks like hopefully in 7 to 10 days, if we can get it worked out, where we could actually have, should be rolling out a financing program where our dealers themselves can get financing from First Mid to work directly with us to finance the products that you as a dealer could be selling and purchasing from us, not just down at the dealer, at the grower level. So we think that's going to be an excellent advancement to our business and to yours in supporting you and your customers as we go forward. So watch for that in the next few weeks here. When we look at some of the innovation, we don't want to forget the United Soybean Board, who's supported us for probably 5 years now, very significantly. We have a couple grants with them that helps continue the innovation on this soy protein polymer and dry powders we have. So watch for us as we go forward. We've been working about 5 years on coat, the liquid type of seed treatment that we could use, and foliar, and we've come up with a dry wettable powder that we're working on for both a seed polymer overcoating, as well as we've got testing going on here for using it as a foliar type of product. And I know that there's some people maybe even on the call that have tested that as we go forward. So innovation with microplastic free, biodegradable types of products, is very critical. We were at American Seed Trade Association last week down in Florida, and that's the seed companies coming in for their annual meetings. And it was a lot of interest in what we're doing. And there was a session on microplastic free. So, we've been microplastic free from the beginning, before it was cool, right? And so we just have to let everybody know about our product. And there's a continued interest in that for the safety of the seed, the soil, and the farmer in our cleaner, safer, greener message. So when we look at some of these innovations that we would add, right? The folks that started with us in 2018, 2019, we had this green bucket, 11 pounds of this seed lubricant, to 5 years later, look at the catalog, look at the many Dust Plus inclusions type. So we brought in this BioStacks concept this year, where we're stacking the biology technology that includes the CRW technology, nitrogen fixing technology, and so forth. That branding will get shown and known as we go forward. So we're moving into this expansion of stacking these biologies to get greater effects and modes of action. We were able this year to bring in for the fall time a manure management and a stock degradation product with the NutriFi product. Also, I think what I would say maybe is the greatest accomplishment for us as a company this year with regards to a product is Dust Plus B4. In March and April timeframe, we rolled out a product that us as a company conceived of and put together, private labeled, got through regulatory ourselves, packaged and out into the marketplace with success this fall, with data coming back in as a standalone product. It's our private label product as we go forward. So it really gives us a boost with both you all in the field and with our business to business customers, that they know that we can accomplish from beginning to end a product to get into the field to the customer. Additionally, we're going to be bringing out a micronutrient pack here, get it labeled, and get it out for foliar applications into the next season. So we're extending into some other products that can help into the season. Same thing with the yield igniter humic fulvic. That's a product that works there for us during the time when we're out there spraying the crop, and maybe put it on the fungicides. So watch as we expand there. And then really exciting solution that is brand new patented technology, LeafTech Ag scanner. That technology is like none other. We're introducing the idea that you can get your 12-point leaf tissue scanning done in the field rather than having to send a sample off to the lab. So you can take unlimited testing. You can get results in 3 to 15 minutes in the field.
Do I have to kill the plant, Michael, to do that?
No.
Oh, I don't.
You can take the leaf off if you want, but you can leave the leaf on and go back and scan it again if you want to.
I can go back to the same place in the field and do that again if I want to?
That's right. It's all GPS located. Okay. So with this technology, we're right on the front side of it. It's going to be a limited supply again this year, but we'll have enough to satisfy a fair amount of the market here. But watch for that. And we see that as a technology that helps validate what we're doing, do the testing, do the application, do the validation, and bring a next level of science to get the results of what we're doing.
Last week, we had it come up in Wisconsin about their nutrient management or their waste management plan, right, for the manure management side of it. Again, can this be used in that process, you know? And so it's one of those things that the uses that we're going to see with this will continue to grow as it can be helped, you know, can help in those different processes as you start making those decisions. Because as we know, carbon sequestration, all those things that are coming through the government that are going to be there, that the farmer that we didn't have to deal with when we started this company is now having to look at. This gives us another avenue, another level of information that we can share with them and help them make better decisions faster and see a quicker turnaround.
So thank you, Brian. So kind of in summary, we look at the advancements that we made, the changes we made, the additions, the new products, just all the things to develop as we continue to develop a great company here. And we want to, again, thank you for participating, helping our employees, our resellers, our customers for the good work they do. And I know sometimes we can feel we're out there on an island, just as you all do when you're out there doing the good work of working with farmers and helping them advance. And, you know, it's a leadership position to do that. And being a leader is not always easy, but that's what we do to improve. And Brian and I and our other owners and our employees continue to want to help people and grow what we grow as we go forward. So I'll kind of finish with those comments and open up the opportunity for questions or comments from you all that attended today, and we appreciate that.
We're anxiously anticipating yield results. So, you know, as you move forward, we're anxiously anticipating those. Yeah. We even want the ones that you think don't look good. You know, we learn from everything. some what to do better, some what not to do better. And so, those things, don't hold back. If you think, well, I don't want to tell them that because that doesn't make their product look good. You need to understand that we are constantly in the process of reviewing and analyzing the products that we do represent, because as you know, this biological, biotech, micronutrient space and the delivery of that is ever changing. When we first started in the biological, everybody said biologics won't work in drought conditions. There's no moisture in the ground, these biology is going to die. Well, now we know, because of the research that's been done, that we have endophytic biology and bacteria that perform and help the plants perform better and help with stress mitigation. So as we continue to go through that, maybe the product that we sent you to test is not the one that fit best for that situation, but we've learned that through some other areas, and we want to be able to share that with you. So don't hold it back. Let us know. Michael and I got broad shoulders. As long as you stay away from our wife and kids and the criticisms, we'll talk to you pretty much about anything. So, we want to continue to move that forward. So, let us know. And our team, I feel, knows this, but I want to make sure that as dealers and distributors and users of our product in the field, if there's some new technology that you hear about, let us know. It's something that's working in your environment, something that's unique to your area that you feel needs to be something. We want to look at those things. We want to help you figure out ways to innovate them. Maybe it's something that should be used everywhere, or maybe it's something that we've seen that we could give you a different insight on, or enhance what you're seeing as well. So use this as a resource. We have really, really good business development managers in the country, all over, that are focused on their particular regions. The reason we brought them on is because of their knowledge base about where they are, what they can do, and our respect for them and their abilities is why we have them on as a team. Our team is small in comparison to the acres that we're covering. But we're able to do that because of the knowledge that we have and the ability to leverage that knowledge within the company. And so we look forward to working with you on whatever those may be. And so please feel free to ask us any questions. There's, like I said, we'll try to answer everything to the best of our ability. But we look forward to this next year. This is going to be a really fun year. Again, this last year was entertaining in different ways, and this year is going to be entertaining in different ways as we grow. And so it'll be fun to watch the group of people that we've been able to bring in as business development managers, and as they've grown our dealer network and have reintroduced us to some dealers that, like Michael said earlier, we just hadn't had a chance to touch base with and share with them. I'm fortunate enough that on the 800 number, I'm the first extension, and so I get some of those phone calls from people that did business with us 4 or 5 years ago and have been buying dust, and that's all they've ever bought. And then they will see something about the expansion that we've made with products, and we'll say, so tell me about this new thing you're doing. What is that? And so that's the exciting part for us too. So
Brian, we appreciate those comments, and I think with that we can wrap up here on the recorded portion, and then we'll stay available here if there's any offline comments or questions that anybody wants to kind of raise their hand and talk about.
thank you again.
Thank you, everyone.